What's up, everyone? Today we're gonna take a golf cart tour around Meggison Loop, and we're gonna be checking out the scenery, the bridges, the connectivity. It's just me and Alexis in here right now. The rest of the family's in 2J's eating. We rented a golf cart from Brownwood Sales. We're gonna go to Brownwood Bridge. Everybody's ready to go?
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Sun's out, sun's out.
You can't say that.
So starting out with the golf cart, which we rented from Brownwood, we had the Brownwood Bridge here first, and we come over this little bridge here. Look at this beautiful view of the railings. You can see that there is a smaller bridge, and then we have the bigger bridge here that goes across 44. And this actually is going to lead us right to Meggison, where we picked up the Meggison trail all the way down to the Waterlily Bridge. You can see with the dump trucks, obviously, there is quite a bit of construction going on. They're moving dirt in and out of the area. And as we drive around, you're going to see a lot of movement going on where they are doing maintenance and improving the area. A lot of this stuff is not finished yet down Meggison, but this is the trail to the Waterlily Bridge right here, and that's our little golf cart. It was really cold on this day. It was around 40 or 50, but the wind was really whipping, and it was kind of tough to ride with the sides up and get some videos, but we were able to get some. Well, we got quite a bit actually. That's Lake Okahumpka right there, and this is Lake Okahumpka. The trail goes right around that, the Meggison Trail does. So it's pretty scenic. I'm gonna take a guess that they will have some walking trails through here later down the road. Currently they don't. And part of the trail was blocked off, and I assume that's the part that goes all along Lake Okahumpka. And then it leads down to the Waterlily Bridge. This is where the Waterlily Bridge is here, crosses over the turnpike and goes into DeLuna. This is what it looks like currently, and this is the traffic circle headed that way. So you'll see right there to the right actually is the Waterlily Bridge. And then this is the second time you will go under Meggison on this trail so far. And that road on the left there, when you come out of the bridge, that's the one that they have blocked off. So I don't think it's complete yet. I believe that's going to go around Lake Okahumpka and be a little more scenic. Now we're going to start heading west, or east. We're actually headed east now along Meggison. And this actually is the area that borders the turnpike. There's a lot of areas that you see done. You can see here, this is like a neighborhood entrance that is not even started yet along Meggison. And there's a lot of that down there. This is a broader view from where we just came from. And it's kind of cool to get these drone and handheld camera perspectives along the way, just so you guys can see exactly what you see along the way, along with the view from the sky as well. This is the longest part of the trail here as you're headed to Warm Springs Boulevard, and it parallels Meggison, and you can see the turnpike on the right hand side as well. There's a better view of Meggison that we're flying over, and then the turnpike as well. Alexis had some hot dogs to eat, so she was trying to get that out at the time along with some fries. Only had to change the drone battery once on this trip, which I was kind of shocked about. That's what we're doing here. And then again with the wide shot showing you everything that there is along the way. You can see how much land they have between the Waterlily Bridge and Warm Springs Boulevard, where Hawkins and all those places are. And here's the entrance to one other village's neighborhood here that hasn't been started yet. This isn't obviously on the map because they're not even doing anything but fill dirt here.
Oh, my ears.
Here's 2 bucks.
So as you come through here, we're actually headed toward Warm Springs Boulevard. We're not that far away now, probably within just 5 minutes or so of driving. I think the whole trip together took us about an hour. You'll see that later on, the distance and how long it took us.
Bye-bye.
It's a beautiful trail to walk on, and it's not very populated right now, so if you have the opportunity and time to get out there and walk on it, there were a couple ladies that you just saw walking along the trail, and it's a pretty scenic trail. Even though there's not much out there, there's a lot to look at. So there's a lot of land that's been plowed over, or there's always dump trucks going in and putting fill dirt in, or they're marking off the retention ponds and things like that. Now this is Warm Springs Boulevard here. This is where we crossed under Warm Springs Boulevard. There is not a golf cart trail over Warm Springs Boulevard that leads into Marsh Bend, but this is that area here.
You say you can keep up. There you
Go!
Ethan got out to do the snaps on the side of the golf cart, so we had to take some advantage of that. And on the other side of Warm Springs Boulevard to the east, this is the Hawkins area. So this is the area closest to Warm Springs Boulevard, and then this is the area, the first one that you come to in the Hawkins that does not have the houses built quite yet. And you'll see coming up here is where they first have the villas by the entrance to South Hawkins, which leads to the North Hawkins area as well. And that's right on the other side of this divider wall here. Better shot of the corner. Straight ahead, that's St. Catherine, where we're making the turn. A lot of the palm trees and everything's already in place, so you get to see some pretty cool views. These will all be grown out by summer. Pretty much guarantee that. And then you have that retention pond there. That's a big one over by Hawkins as well. Getting into the St. Catherine area as we cross over here. And we're going to border St. Catherine and the Bradford area, moving up into Chitty Chatty toward the smaller bridge. The water always looks so blue in these retention ponds over here. It's really awesome, pretty to see. If you haven't been down in this area, I would suggest checking it out. And here's a panned out view of the same area. You can see how blue the water is. The one on the right is kind of green, but you can see the ones up top are blue and nice, and just with these walking trails in here, it's something that you don't want to miss out on. This is going to be an area that we look at toward the end of this year to buy an investment property.
Just run into Mike here, Mike Turner. Out here slinging houses. I gotta go. All right, see ya, Mike.
Bye.
Mike's one of my really good friends that just happens to be a Village's realtor, or Village's sales agent, I should say. I don't want to mistake that and give him the wrong title, but he is a Village's sales agent. And then this is one of the ponds coming up alongside in Chitty Chatty Bradford area. This is Bradford here that we're skirting along. And then this is the main roundabout where Warm Springs and Morse Boulevard are. And this is where they split. Warm Springs goes straight up toward the top of the screen. That's what we drove under, which goes over the turnpike. And then we're gonna enter into the Bradford area here, onto the golf cart bridge right up here that you'll be able to get a better view at, and then we're gonna walk around that bridge a little bit.
Shaking the monster.
Got the shakes.
It's quite the trip. Here's a bridge here, and we decided to stop and take a break, get out and let the kids run around. The kids really enjoyed it, so if you have kids or grandkids that are around this age, they really enjoyed getting out, walking around. They liked riding on the golf court from the Brownwood area all the way over to this area. Like I said, it was about an hour, so it wasn't too terribly long, about long enough for them to be able to stand it, I should say. Anyways, this area is really cool, and more than enough there to keep you busy for 10 or 20 minutes while you get out and stretch your legs after the golf course. We then left this bridge and headed north through the Chitty Chatty area. You can just see this bird here. One of the coolest things we saw was actually an alligator. I'd say it's probably about a 5-foot alligator that you'll be able to see coming up toward the end of the video. And it's just sunning itself. Like I said, it was pretty cold. So it's at the end of Chitty Chatty. This is the Chitty Chatty area here. Those paths going through the middle are the golf cart paths, and then the walking path goes around to the right of your screen, which is the east of Chitty Chatty. Another really nice area here. A lot of tall oaks and the old Florida oaks along the path, the walking path, and on the outside. This is one of the newer areas. It was just, it's still not complete, but it was almost getting there. About 6 months ago, they had the bulk of it done. And now they're working on the houses on the edge, which you could see in that last shot there. So we were kind of coming up on our turnaround point here. The Chitty Chatty Bridge is less than a mile from this area. As we come through here, through the Chitty Chatty area, and toward the northern end. Had a little run-in with the tree with the drone coming up that you'll get to look at. And the shot of the alligator is actually coming up as well. So you'll be able to take a peek at that. We're gonna zoom in on the old alligator here, so you'll be able to get really close and personal with this nice pair of boots. I'd say he's about 5 feet long, maybe a little shorter. He might be a 4-foot little guy. He didn't want to move. Like I said, it was cold outside, and he was trying to stay warm in the sun coming out of that water in those folks' backyard. See how clear the water is again. And then here you're gonna see the incident with the drone that we're gonna have. Trying to get a good shot here for you.
I need to point the other way.
Oh.
Got it.
You guys should pick each other like chimpanzees. I gotta get the footage.
There's so many. How did I get so many?
Kimberly.
I can't see the back of me.
Oh dear. We made it all the way to the other side. So far we're in Chitty Chatty. It's been just shy of 9 miles. Steve's hat's gone. Natalie got some burrs on her. Alexis is finally eating her hot dog from 2J's in Brownwood. And we've almost completed the circle. So yeah, we had to get the drone down. Did you get that on video?
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, you'll be able to see that here. But almost 10 miles, and it took us, almost 9 miles, and it took us almost an hour, but we stopped a few times for just whatever. But there's also no traffic because like there's no houses, there's not, the roads aren't complete. Nobody's really living in the area. They don't have a connection across to the south of the turnpike yet.
Yeah, good footage, man.
And we got a pretty cool alligator shot also on the drone. Yeah. All right, let's continue. We're going back. Now we're going across the Chitty Chatty Bridge. Headed back through Chitty Chatty, Brownwood, Hawkins, and then down Meggison, all the way back over to Brownwood. Then we're going to turn in the golf cart. Probably freeze the entire way. I think it's only like 50 degrees out, right? Yeah. You don't have to show me the whole time, but I think it's only 50 degrees out, so it's kind of cold. But we are headed back. Should be tons of fun. Can't wait. Wednesday.
And cold.
And cold.
The plastic line in the middle. And I can see your face in the mirror. Perfect.
Want to try that?
That's good.